Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Crucible of Storms raid release day. That's exciting. It's not technically a raid day for me. We actually take Tuesdays. Well, I don't know if we take them off. They're just not a raid night for us. We usually raid Wednesday. Thursday, my dog has decided to lie in the one bed that's off camera. There's 3 beds, and you can see 2 of them. I guess this was pretty good odds. Welcome to the Tuesday morning Mount Run stream. I'm wearing headphones and no sound is coming out of them, so I should do something about that. And if I'm gonna fix the dog cam, I should do so before I get a cat on my lap, because that's about to happen. There we go. 1 sec. How did I do? Yeah, pretty close. That'll work. My this and my that. And the other thing. Okay. Good morning. What mounts are we running for today? So I was thinking, my 2 options at this stage in my mount running life are kind of Throne of Thunder, because I still need both the Horadon mount and the Jikun mount. Or, if I'm looking for a shorter one, because that's quite a run, and that's not what I can do a super high amount of times in a given stream, I do want to see how quickly I can do the Legion Ataman the Huntsman run. I did try it once, a long time ago, and it didn't go very quickly, but, you know, I'm more geared now. Will Houston, thank you for the super chat with the raised hands. Tuesday is here. Yeah, he's gonna give me a lot of looks. I especially wanted to have the dog cam today, so that I could because poor buddy, he got so many well wishes from you guys. Last week he had a vet appointment. I was about to say dentist appointment. It was a dental vet appointment. His teeth were quite bad. Money dogs will not need to have their teeth brushed because they chew on bones and toys and, you know, their food. So the friction, I suppose, helps clean their teeth, but he's not really a chewer. And as it turns out, that's bad for his teeth. So, Dylan, welcome to the Scroll Squad. Thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate the support. Yeah, so he had some teeth that were, loose and needed to come out. He needed to have everything clean, and then he also had some, lumps on his head that we wanted to get taken off. They're benign lumps, but they're still odd. So, he had, a whole vet day. But he was so miserable when he got home. I kind of figured I didn't really account for it, because I figured he would just be zonked out. Because, you know, they had him under a general anesthetic for his teeth. They put him completely under, so I figured he would just be kind of, sleepy. But poor buddy was just whimpering and crying at a constant level and just looking like the saddest thing you ever saw. So we hung out with him on Friday night. Hi Hazel, you inspired me to start mount runs, and I got the Astral Cloud Serpent on my first try. Congrats, Harry. That's the luck transfusion right there. So if I'm heading to Kara, I probably want to, I mean, I could fly from here. It's not that far from Stormwind. But I could also try to take the Honor Hold Mage port to the Dark Portal and then fly from that way. Thought I caught the stream at the beginning. Ever considered making a mount run twink? The problem is that I don't think that twinking would really make it any faster. Like with something like Islands or whatever where the scaling is odd, there could be benefits to having specific gear sets and being set at specific levels. But for mount runs, I mean, I don't know for sure. But my impression is that I just want to do it on the highest level and best geared character that I have available to me. Did both war campaigns when 8.1 launched. So I still, as you can see in my quest log here, I'm finishing the new 8.1.5 war campaign. But I mean, I'm farther along than I was last week, so that's something. I do have the Stone Core mount. I am not wearing rhinestone glasses. These are just plastic. They're gaming glasses, although I have an eye appointment on Wednesday because I am concerned now that I'm just going blind. So I'll see. I may or may not need actual real person glasses, and then I'm gonna have to, like, get glasses. If I need them. I might not need them. I might be just, like, completely paranoid. That's an absolutely valid option. Love your hair. What do you use to dye it? These days, the salon and whatever it is that the nice people use there. I used to dye my hair at home using Arctic Fox hair dye. I liked that a lot. But it does look a lot better when I get people that know what they're doing to do it for me. It does go nicer. Okay, so I need to kill, and I'm inexperienced in this run, so I'm going to be a little bit messy for a while. We're just going to figure it out as we go. This is BFA, so I need to do it. Heroic difficulty, right? It doesn't need to be mythic, I don't think. Karazhan. Return to Karazhan. And we only need Ataman, so I'm not 100% clear. The thing that's going to be messy, I'm just going to try it on Heroic, I guess, because I don't see why not. Dungeon difficulty Heroic. The thing that's going to be messy is that I'm not really sure of the fastest route there. I have a feeling there's a shortcut, and I also have a feeling that I don't know what that is. So I'm just going to kind of try my best.
I think it wise
we want to end up being, like, downstairs. So can I just go this way? I'm going to try this. I don't know whether or not I need to do opera, so that needs a set of rusty keys. Maybe that means I need to do opera. We're learning as we go here. Twitter announcement works great. You can just jump in here via the Twitter link. It's nice when I have a handy dandy button. Having to, like, open up Twitter was a step that I'm apparently not willing to take, but one button I can do it. Poor Pumpkin, sad doggo. He's feeling much better now. He's done with his pain meds now. He's done with his he had, like, an anti-inflammatory, so he's still eating soft food for a while. He's got to get his stitches taken out this week. He's going back to the vet because he had some stitches to close up where they took off the bumps on his head. So he's got to go back for that. He looks kind of dumb if you look at him from the right angle because he's got, like, a big shaved spot. But he's still stylish. Kainu, thanks for the super chat. Mythic only, Hazel. All right, okay. All right. Well, then, that's dumb. What about all the poor people just trying to do it on heroic? He's on the lower. So I have so that's something that may become confusing, and I may be confused myself. But there are 2 mounts from this boss, and one of them is from the original raid version of the boss, and the other one is from the Legion dungeon version. I already have the original raid version. This isn't an exit. I'm a little sleepy. I have the Horseman's, what do you call it? Apparently I have that one too. I have the Fiery Warhorse. I want Midnight. So the dungeon entrance, I believe, is correct, but the difficulty might not be. Caroline Rose, thank you for the super chat. So glad I can watch the stream. I had a horrible day yesterday. My mom had to put her sweet 12-year-old pup down. Nothing worse than saying goodbye to a pet. Oh, I'm sorry. That's so hard. It's nice that you got to spend that much time with them, but it's always so hard. It's like the worst part about having pets. 3 pet beds. Did one of the fish evolve? No. Well, so the one he's in right now is a cat bed. And originally we bought it for the cat. As you do. And he just liked it a lot. Like, he doesn't really fit, like you can see, but he likes to, I guess he likes to feel supported. So he squishes himself in there anyway. So then we bought a second one just so that the cat would always have an option. And she liked it, but she likes them less now that he sleeps in them. So they just both hang out over there. He uses whichever one he feels like. And then there's, like, his bed on the other side. Priest puppy. Usually very thorough reading the chat. I'm gonna do my best. I might be a little spacey today. I was up a little late. As is tradition on a raid guide release night. I was gonna be okay, but then we had company over last night. We had one of our guild members was in town. I don't know which way to go, so I'm just gonna clear the raid and see how that does. one of our guildies was in town, so then the other one that lives nearby came over, and we had dinner, and we watched a movie, and and then I finished editing after everybody went home. Minder, thank you very much for the super chat. Aussie here, second time catching the stream live. Welcome. I believe, and I'm not 100%, but I believe I stream at like really awkward times for Aussies. Hazelnutty, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little sleepy, but like nice and comfy. I have this cat here. That's always good. So the people that came over, the friends that came over last night, they brought their dog with them. And their dog lives, we weren't quite sure how the dog was going to do with the cat. We kind of figured the cat would just hide because it's a strange dog in our house. So we figured she would just like hang out in the bedroom or under the bed or whatever while they were here. And their dog lives with cats. So it's not like a brand new thing, but it's a new cat. So, you know, keep an eye on it. And my mistake was I was assuming my cat would see there was a strange dog in the house and stay like in a different room. But our kitty's really brave. She's like really brave and like really curious. So she was just like wandering out in here and like, you know, sort of taunting the dog. So then their dog chased her a little bit and you didn't get her. Everybody's fine, but she's a little extra cuddly and she was a little cautious exploring the rest of the apartment now because she's just like making extra sure the dog's gone. It's pretty silly. What's up, Mara? Thanks for the super chat. Happy to see the cat's okay. Yeah, she's totally fine. Totally fine. She's, it was pretty funny watching her, like, try to leave, because we brought her out into the office after you guys left, and it's pretty funny watching her, like, leave the office, because she had, like, the longest neck in the world, like, looking around corners, like, is she gone? She gone. She's still here. I know there's a dog here. I know it. And then she wouldn't, it was silly. She wouldn't drink from the water dish until I had changed it. But she's totally good. No worries. Hazel, if Volpera were added, would you make an alt? I would make an alt because I enjoy making alts of most allied races, I would say, even if I'm not committed to playing them. But I probably wouldn't play it more than any of the other ones that I have. For Midnight, it's Opera, and then Last Boss, and then Grab the Key. For the other Fire Dragon. I have the other Fire Dragon. I have the Ember Worm. All I need is Midnight. Alright, so Opera, Last Boss. How do I get from Opera directly to the Last Boss? Is there a way to skip it? I didn't wander around this dungeon very much. How do you feel about the responsibility of your videos being the sole reason future bugs succeed or fail? I guess I don't think about it like that. That's a lot of pressure. I just do my best and then I hope it helps. That's all I can really do. Hello to you and Kat and the chat. Hello. Kat says hello. Hello, Kat's currently saying wiping her face on my shoulder a whole lot. Any Aussies in here tonight? Do the event, and then go back to the start. Past the entrance. Follow the lower... Hang on. I'm going to do the event and I'm going to come back to that comment. Also, my gamepad is having some issues, so I think I need to use the keyboard for a second. I might need to restart Synapse. Are you doing the Smoldering Mount? I have that one already. I don't need that one. No 8-2 in the PTR yet. I know you were waiting for footage of something. I'm not waiting for footage of anything like in particular. I'm mostly going to sort of hang out once the PTR comes up, see what they have available on it. And then see what makes sense to cover from that. Like if there's anything I can offer extra insight on from my trip, or if there's just anything I'm really excited about. I'm gonna do the same sorts of things, like as the PTR progresses, I'm gonna do the same sorts of things that I've done in past tiers, so like where to get all the new mounts, like where to get all the new pets, and feature previews and stuff like that. But I was surprised the PTR wasn't up yet. I kind of thought they would do it yesterday. Maybe they're waiting for the raid to finish. Okay, so... that's it. The Grand Ballroom door opened, but I don't need to go to the Grand Ballroom. Stopping before I go to work. Hope you're doing well. Sup, Marissa? I hope you have an awesome day at work. I'd say a great start to a work week, but it's already Tuesday, so I hope you've already had a great start to the work week. Awkward for Aussies. It's almost 2 a.m. here. I mean, perhaps if you are a night shift working Aussie, those are people have those jobs. And maybe you get off work and you wanna watch some streams. I know I used to work super late shifts at a gas station when I was younger, and I'd get home really late, and I should go to bed when I get home that late. Also, I'm having a hard time. How do I go home? Like, when you get home that late, theoretically, you should go to bed, especially because I had to get up in the morning to try and go to class. But I wouldn't do it. It was sort of like a stubborn thing of, I don't want the last thing I did in my day to be for someone else. I wanted to, like, reclaim a little bit of relaxing time, even if I didn't have time for it. So I would always just, like, watch YouTube or play some WoW or something. I don't know if I'm going the right way. I am going to be, like, frustratingly lost in this place. I think this is right. Because I'm trying to, how did we say? Go back to the entrance. I did switch it to Mythic. It's purple. It's purple up there, I promise. He likes to be snug. He does like to be snug. As long as it's like a bed snugging him and not an actual person. Does not care to be snugged by people. Recently discovered Hazel. Welcome, Dustin. Dog and cat bed, cat on desk. Just hope we don't tune in next week to find Hazel scuba diving in the fish tank. I've seen videos like that where people that have like huge aquariums will have to clean them by going into them. I've seen those. Okay, opera and then some last boss. And for the last boss, I need to jump down. What was it? Go back to the entrance. Past the entrance. So here's the entrance. I'm going to pass the entrance. I'm following the lower route, not outside. Lower route. So I can't do that yet because that needs keys. This is going up, so that can't be right. That goes outside? I don't know. I'm so lost. This is going to be very difficult to watch for somebody that knows exactly where I should be going. We'll get there in the end. You know? No, I can't do that either. I need the keys, which I assume are from the last boss. And you guys are telling me there is a way to skip to it. Wrong. Wrong way. The problem is that I'm so behind in chat, I'm never going to know which way I was going when someone said wrong way. What mount are you going for now since you've got the ZG and MSV mounts? I'm thinking about, well, I'm trying to, sort of trying to do the, ooh, what about this? Where am I? Where am I? Did I just turn around? I think I just turned around. Yeah, I've turned around. Midnight. The Legion Ataman mount. Good old Hazel navigation. I mean, it's not early, but it's not late either. This is why, I think this is what happened last time. I think I came in here to try this mount run, and this happened, and I just got mad and, like, didn't come back for 6 months. That sounds right. Operation Get Hazel Lost is working. Turn around. I'm turning. I'm turning. I'm going. Go that way? Oh, man. I know that you guys are giving me the right directions. I just don't know how to parse them into what I'm looking at because of the time delay. It's harder than it looks. Do I want to go to the guest chambers? I keep running into doors that are locked. Okay, so maybe it is this way. Let's just go this way. There's a place to jump down? I'm so confused. I don't understand in my head how to get to the last boss without, like, doing chess and everything like that. Jump here? Because, I mean, what if here? This looks like a job for Wowhead. Do they have a how to skip to the last boss guide? I do have the original Caramount. Towards the green. Alright, I see blue and I see red. Got in the stream, Hazel looks lost and the character just spins around. It's okay. We're all okay. We're all having a great time. Yes. Alright, I'm jumping. And I'm going left. is going to be the world's longest mount run. I should have just done Throne of Thunder.
For
There's a boss here. I can do this. Maybe there's Transmog I need in here. Maybe the real journey is the friends we're making along the way. Oh, I still need Grizzly trophies. Oh, that's right. I didn't turn that in time. No. Oh boy. But there's snacks in here. I mean, I'm right here.
May we see your invitation?
Maybe they'll drop something else. You have to kill him and loot the key? Who? Not these guys. I'm just being, what's the word? Stubborn. This is nice. I don't know if it's my favorite or least favorite thing about playing a gnome, but she makes a very distinctive sound when somebody is punching her. And it's funny because it doesn't sound like any sound somebody would actually make when they're being hit. She just kind of like squeaks like wee, and it's just an odd sound to make when somebody smacks you. Alright, what are we saying? No need, go back, loot the key, jump down, ward drops, go right, jump down. I'm jumping. I don't have any frame of reference for where I was 10 seconds ago. I am an actual goldfish just swimming around in the goldfish bowl of life. There's stairs over here. That's nice. Let's go this way. Here's some trash. Morning, Hazel. Good morning. Caught a stream live. Welcome. We are having a field trip. You know how you used to go to like I don't know, some kind of a facility to learn about how something was done as a kid. We're going to Karazhan to learn about what's in here because I've apparently missed it. The only field trip I can remember now is we went to a place that had worms. What was it? It's the only I'm sure there must have been more, but it's the only field trip from my school days that I can remember. There was, and all I remember is that there was worms. There was some kind of intentional worm keeping going on. There may have also been like a recycling plant, but for some reason we were learning about composting, so we went on a field trip to some place that had a lot of worms. That's all I remember. Back to the room, back. Hazel trolling is real. We're lost. Nice to catch a stream. We aren't lost. At the Worm Ranch. Is that a thing? I'm in a gatehouse now. I can't just kill him now, can I? Because, I mean, what if he's just here? It's just this boss, right? How to change accounts. Intentional worm keeping. I do have the flying mount. It is a nice one. I never really found a character that felt like it was, matching, though. I usually like to sort of match my characters to my mounts. I'm there. That's the boss. Okay, so why did I need to do the last boss, then? Mount Run Twinks go for movement speed? Oh, I see. I would probably get frustrated not having damage, especially if I'm trying to do, like, a higher level mount run, because a lot of my 110s are already a little sketchy in, like, Pandaria and Legion and Warlords instances, but it probably is a lot faster. You don't need to do the last boss. I also didn't get any keys. Was I supposed to get keys? Alright, what I've learned from today is that my method is unimpeachable. Is that a word? It just kind of makes me hungry. If in doubt, just run around aimlessly and you'll find it eventually. Off to the dentist. Much luck, Hazel. Good luck at the dentist. You only need the last boss for the worm. Yeah, I don't need the worm. I don't need the worm. I only need this boss. We'll refine the mount run. We'll work on it. I do think that opera is probably necessary. I missed keys. Don't do Karazhan again? Well, now I want to. I'm very, spiteful. I feel like that's normal. You know? I think all of us have, like, a little... Oh, I got a curious coin. Like a 7-year-old child buried deep within us that if someone tells you not to do something, you go, well, no, go. Watch. Alright, so that was attempt number 1 on midnight. Apparently it's not tracking any. I think I downloaded Rarity after Legion, so I probably missed it. The goat horse. It's mean. What I learned from today was that Canadian schools send their kids to worm ranches as a field trip. Well, I don't know if it was a worm ranch. I remember there was a big bin. Maybe it was. Also, what's a worm ranch? Clearly I didn't learn enough on my field trip. Do they provide worm... Like, it was some kind of a composting thing. Do they provide worms to people that need worms? Like, I know people who can buy worms, because I know you can buy ladybugs, because we once bought a bag of ladybugs to put in our garden to help eat aphids. I'm gonna just take another character. And go to school in Vic? Kind of. I went to school on the island. I moved around a lot as a kid, so I hit a bunch of different schools on Vancouver Island. I don't think I ever went to school, like, in Victoria. I didn't live, like, in Victoria proper until my latest and final Canadian years. Which character? This character. This'll do. Question. Have you ever had to use your phone for vlogging? So once or twice, and the one that comes to mind is the time my computer was, like, broken. So it was a couple of years ago, and I remember there's a vlog somewhere on my channel about me talking about my computer issues from my phone, because clearly my computer wasn't working, and I'm, like, sitting on the floor of my old office just, like, complaining into my phone. So at least that time, but typically not, because front-facing cameras are not flattering. Or at least they're not flattering to me. And if I can set up a camera that's a little farther away from me, then I'm going to be much happier about it. Jared, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate the support. How you liking the Stream Deck, Hazel? It's awesome. I really like the functionality. I've been using the buttons a lot. I mean, I guess that's what it's for. But I do think I need to, like, install... There was an update, software update that came out for today that I think I need to install, because I've been having some issues with it not waking up from sleep. So I think I just need to play with it more. Okay. Might as well do it now that she knows the way. I would be cautious with the confidence level in me knowing the way now that I've done it once. I don't believe I retained very much from that first experience. I'm about 35% here, and the other, like, 60% of me, or what would it be, 45%? How does math work? No, that's not right. 65%. 65 and 35 is 100. Math tips with Hazel. The rest of me is, like, just asleep. Or playing Stardew Valley. I wasn't even up that late. I went to bed at, like, 2:30. Some people do the 5 hours of sleep, like, every night. Although I don't recommend it. It's not very good for you. It'll, like, reduce your lifespan. It's not good for your skin. Makes you cranky. Obviously, in some times of your life, you do what you gotta do. But if you can ever make choices that let you get a little bit more sleep, usually a good call. Were the keys off the last boss in the dining hall on the ground? If they were, I definitely did not pick them up. Do you have all the glory achievement mounts? I actually don't. I usually get glory achievement mounts many expansions later when they're easy enough for me to almost completely solo, and then I'll just bully a friend into helping me for, like, the 1 or 2 achievements that need friends. But I'm pretty behind. I think the last glory achievement mounts that I have are, like, the Kata ones. I may or may not have some of the mop ones, but definitely not the Draenor ones. My 7-year-old child is on the outside and the adult is buried deep. Do you use an add-on to track your mount runs? I do. I have Rarity. This is Zul'Gurub. I've done that already. We have that mount. I'm turning around. I use Rarity, and that tells me how many tries I have. It also approximates the drop rate for you. I don't know where they get their info from. They might just get it from like the Wowhead drop statistics, so it's not guaranteed to be accurate, but it's usually a pretty good bet. Worms for leveling your fishing. I mean, I used to buy worms for, like, earthworms for fishing when I would go fishing as a kid or teenager, or whatever age I was when I did that. And you would just like go to the store because there was just like a store. It was a pretty small town, and the store had a bunch of stuff, snacks that I didn't buy because they were really expensive because it was a small town. But then it also had like worms in a cup. It's like a styrofoam cup with some dirt and some worms, and you would use those for fishing. I'm like real behind a chat. What tea have you got today? This is a peach black tea. I've gone too far in the other way now. Peach black tea, and I need more of it. You bought ladybugs? I have never played Roblox. I feel like I was a little... I missed that one. Like, I feel like different age demographics have a different game that was, like, the real cool thing in their heyday. And before Roblox was Minecraft. And I was, like, a little old for Minecraft. And I think before Minecraft was WoW. So I think I'm just stuck in WoW. This was the cool thing when I was young. Should I level a druid or a shaman? They're both at 95. Do the druid. Tea is wake up juice. Go in the new Opera Hall entrance. Go back past the dungeon entrance. So is that for Ataman or is that for... I don't... Hang on, I've gone too far again. I need more tea. Goodness gracious. Golly gee. Neopets and Gaia Online were both favorite haunts of mine as a youngin'. More so Neopets. Gaia was a little later and I didn't spend as long on it. Also, I don't remember what there was to do. I remember I had an avatar, and I remember I would chat with people. And in hindsight, it probably was not super safe. I was probably a little young to be just, like, chatting anonymously with anybody. That's all I remember about Gaia, but Neopets was sick. Oh, boy. Refill mug coffee extra strong. I've gone a little too far. You know what the problem is? You know what the issue is right now this morning is I think... Actually, you know what the real issue is I'm too far south. I just keep flying back and forth below it. I keep expecting to fly through the Deadwind Pass. Is that what it's called? It'll tell me in a second. But then... I'm too far south, that's why. I thought that it was just too narrow. It is the Deadwind Pass. but I was just too far south. All right, we're getting places now. Ooh, progress. Joker Fan Club, how about Second Life? Skipped Second Life, didn't do that one. Never tried Second Life, never tried Maple Story. Actually, never played The Sims either, even though I know it's not online, but a different thing. No, for me, it was all about Neopets, Dungeon, Mythic. Now, are we sure? I'm gonna look it up, because now I don't know which advice pertained to Ataman and which advice was for the Smoldering Amberworm, which I'm not looking for. So, are we sure? Good morning. That I must do this on Mythic for midnight. I'm gonna just double check on Wowhead, like, real quick. I believe you, but I'm also double checking, so maybe I don't. I just want to know. I don't trust anything anymore. Mounts. Midnight. Drops from Ataman the Huntsman. Maybe if I check on Simple Armory, it'll tell me. Because the boss is clearly going to be there whether it's Mythic or not. So it's just a matter of whether it only drops off the Mythic version. Okay, it is the Mythic version only according to Simple Armory. Alright, glad we cleared that up. I never doubted you guys. I always believed. That was a show of faith. Dungeon, Mythic. Okay, so difficulty's done. Anyone played Rift? I played some Rift. I've played most of the WoW killers, or at least I've tried them. Not because I was really looking for WoW to die, but just because, usually there's like friends that were checking it out. Okay, so I know we need to do opera. Do I know that? I think we need to do opera. Seems as if fun. Doggos escaped. I had friends obsessed with Maple Story. The only MMO that I actually played before WoW was... So, originally, my friends were all into WoW, and they would do nothing... This is high school. They would do nothing but talk about it. It was really boring to be just, like, standing in a high school friend circle and have them just talk for hours and not have any idea what's going on. Super boring. So I wanted to play an MMO. I was kind of into it, but WoW has a monthly subscription fee. And I am a child. I don't have a job. And I really hate asking my parents for stuff. Not that they're mean about it. I just don't want to bother them. You know, like, they're doing enough, right? They've done enough. So, So I don't want to ask. I want to try and find a free one. So what I do is I like go online, I Google like free MMORPGs, and I ended up playing for a while. What the heck was it called? It was called Shaya Online, I thought. Maybe not. I thought it was Shaya Online. The gist of it is there's like these two goddesses, which are like incredibly scantily clad women. And it's like a faction thing, and whichever faction is currently winning in PvP or something would get the goddess buff, which is like a significant buff across the entire game. That was kind of the premise of it. But aside from that, it's just like a really grindy, sort of Korean-style MMO. And I played that for a while, actually. Before I finally just... I don't remember what happened. Maybe I just asked my mom. Maybe I just finally asked my mom if she would pay for WoW. I don't know how I managed that one. Hazel, have I missed anything? Nah, you're good, Noah. We're just hanging out and trying not to get too lost. Do I need to talk to this fine gentleman? I think I do. Also, I'm kind of dead. I don't think I'm gonna do this run on any character that's less than 120, just because it seems iffy enough. I don't want to be wiping in here. You don't need opera? Huh. Well, that's good because this is annoying. Let's see. Did you play Terra? It was incredible until you suddenly ran out of quests. I played Terra, but not very much. I did like the opening zones of Terra. Like, post-WoW, the one I spent the most time in, aside from Black Desert Online, which I consider to be a different thing. I did do a fair bit of Guild Wars 2. I played, and this is very early, I remember in Guild Wars 2 I played, like an illusionist. That may not have been what they were called. It was like kind of a mage, but you would do illusions. There was like butterflies and stuff. It was cute. I played that for a while, but I got to a point where the class was just so bad that I actually couldn't level anymore. I just couldn't function alone as that class. And then I just gave up. Mesmer. Yeah, I was a Guild Wars 2 Mesmer. That's right. I'm sure they fixed it like 5 times over since then. That was probably like 2012. But... Haley, thanks for the super chat. Never too old for Minecraft. My fiance and I would have dates where we would build towns and everything together to help with our long distance. It's true. It's true. You're right. You are never too old for really any game that if you're enjoying it, you do you. There's nothing like inherently childish about Minecraft. I just miss the hype wave. It does seem like a really wholesome game for people to be super into, though. Not that there's anything not wholesome about like Fortnite or whatever, but Minecraft was very creative. Are you drinking tea through a straw? Yeah. Yeah. That's true. It's a stainless steel straw. It helps get the tea past my teeth so that my enamel is not weakened any further because I have bad teeth. It also helps me not spill my tea. And because it's reusable, well, I don't know if I'm saving the environment, but at least I'm not throwing out straws. Played a trial account of Warhammer. I have heard of Warhammer. That one I actually never tried, but I heard a lot of people play a bunch of it. Elder Scrolls was my game before a while. Scantily clad women and grinding. I remember I have very vivid memories of trying to farm for my first mount because I made it to the level that you needed to be to get a mount, which was like a whole big grindy thing because in that game, if you died, and maybe this was just on like the hardcore, because the way that worked is there was a character and then you could make a hardcore character, and it wasn't permadeath, but on a hardcore character it took like 5 times longer to level, but you were stronger than a regular character. Like at the same level you would be better. It was just like the grindier version, and but if you died, especially in a hardcore character, it would actually de-level you. It would take away progress that you had made. It was really punishing. And I finally got to the level that I could get a mount. And it wouldn't just give you a mount. You had to, like, farm the materials for it. And I was grinding some kind of, like, rope. I don't know. I found a set of mobs, and I would just sit there and grind for this one material for hours and hours and hours. And I finally crafted the mount. Oh, you know what? I didn't have the level. I crafted the mount, and then I found out that I did not have the level I needed to get it, and then I quit the game before I got that level. So I had a tiger mount in my bags that I worked really hard for that I never got to ride. Oh, boy. How do you unlock the door without completing opera? Miss Caradays, what mount you going for this time? We're looking for Midnight. We're looking for the Ataman the Huntsman mount. So I don't remember exactly what I did. I do remember that I just kind of went back this way and like fuffled around a whole bunch. So we're going to try that. There was like a door and there was a door. So I went like this way. I need to go to the stables. But the door is super locked. Went this way. I don't know, man. I went in here. I know I jumped off. The problem is I don't know if I needed to, because I know I probably backtracked a bunch. I know what I did is I jumped off and I went... Oh, I don't need to go left. I can just go down. This is better. Okay. That's actually not that bad. So maybe I don't need to do opera, which I know you've been telling me. I know. So on my next character, I'm going to try to just turn around and jump down. I am convinced that after some research and practice, I can figure out how to get this into a mount run. Maybe not quite as fast as the ZG one, but like a considerably fast mount run. A decent one. I pulled a lot of trash. I'm actually not convinced I'm going to live. I guess it doesn't hurt that bad. It doesn't need to be as fast as the ZG one, because the ZG I know how to speak English. The ZG mount run was actually a little too quick because we would run into the instance lockout. So, if I can just get like 10 characters through in an hour, that's a good mount run. That's like ideal. Oh my gosh, this trash. So this is why I would not do this on a not 120 character. This is going to be a 120 only mount run, so I guess I don't need it to be that fast either because I only have 4 of those.
We ride Midnight to victory.
Alright, we're getting there. I don't know what the drop rate is. I'm assuming it's like a 1%. But yeah, if I was not 120, this would be a little bit sketchy. This will be attempt number 2 of 100. I do not do very much damage. At least I'm not taking that much damage. Pull the trash before the boss? Yeah. That worked, though. I wonder if you can bonus roll the boss. Probably not. I got Awakening Essences. The fact that I didn't get any loot is, like, unnerving. I know that's probably it's just a side effect of personal loot that you can sometimes... Shouldn't I be getting 5 players worth? I guess it's not Legacy Loot Mode yet. I guess because this is only one expansion in the past, this is not yet Legacy Loot Mode, so I can't expect to get 5 players worth of regular loot. I should probably have the same attempt, or the same chance at the mount, though. 0.5% is 1%. Good idea in the 120 roll. Pull the trash before the boss. Auto pulls. You can kill the trash first. Yeah, I mean, as long as it doesn't wipe me, I don't mind doing it with the boss. I'm going to try it on my mage, and I'm going to try to just turn around. Finally, I have 3 120s, but the 2 newer ones really need some gear. I'm kind of in that same boat. My horde mage is doing pretty well in gear because I've been grinding Zandalar at Troll Rep on her. And you get pretty good gear just out of World Quest as long as you do enough of them to keep bumping up the threshold of what item level World Quest gear it's giving you. So that's been going okay. But this one, she's newer, so she's only 316. I also have not, like, now that she's leveled, the only things I really need from my Alliance alts at 120 is to be, like... All I really need is, they need to have the flight path. They need to have enough of the war campaign done to port to the other continent to get there for Pet Battle World quests. And they need to, like, have enough gear to live their lives. But there's not a whole lot of gear. Yeah, it's not Legacy loot yet. Any old raid you can't bonus roll, only in Bofa. I mean, you can bonus roll, I've heard, anyways, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that you can bonus roll the world boss mounts from Mists of Pandaria. Can you still get this? You can still get the Smoldering Ember Worm. I just don't need it anymore. Maybe if I start riding it to the raid, actually. Let's do that. Ember Worm. Ember Worm. We're good on this one. I got that one when it was fresh, and by got it when it was fresh, I mean my guild was like doing runs of it and they would like loot me and they're nice like that. Had Legacy loot already. I think it's fine for it to be not the previous expansion, but the one before that. There's enough content. We're going fast enough. I'm not caught up yet. My cat is really watching you on the TV. So cute. Hello. I'm just taunting my own cat now. Big debuffs on top of nameplates is an add-on. I only use that add-on on that priest, and it's called Fly Plate Buffs. Fly Plate Buffs, is that it? How does the alphabet work? There it is. Fly Plate Buffs. That is the giant debuffs over the nameplates. Regular nameplates, such as the KUI nameplates that I use, will do regular size debuffs. 2 Karazhans. One is mythic, one is not. There's like normal, there's heroic and mythic difficulty of the Legion Karazhan dungeon, and then there's also a Karazhan raid, which because it's a BC raid was only available on the 1 difficulty. Is that right? That's how I understand it. Dungeon, mythic. All right, so in theory, let's see if I've learned anything. I'm kind of glad that I'm doing this the really frustrating way I am of just like running around aimlessly, because I think this is helping me actually learn. Like if somebody just walked me through it, I would probably forget. So this way, we're gonna try and just skip opera. We're gonna try and just skip opera. Well, that's locked, but I have a key now. Well, no, I don't. It's just locked. Never mind. It was locked with green text. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's why we kill opera. That is why we kill opera. I gotcha. Okay, I do need to kill opera. What do you do in the auctionist these days? Lately, not much. I've been pretty busy. I have not been flipping stuff. Usually, like, more recently, I've been just selling the stuff that I get from islands. So I sell a lot of pets, a lot of transmog. And before that, I like to flip epics. That's like the evergreen one. Flipping raid BOEs has always been pretty good for me. It's better during certain parts of the tier, but it's usually pretty decent. Front doors, old Kara. Side towers, Legion Kara. That's the stuff. Gross, a frost mage? Yeah, actually, this is kind of gross. Normally I do Arcane. I don't think it's better, but I think I like it a lot more, and that's the most important thing. Now you understand the entire process. Opera, then Mount Boss. Yeah, so I did it pretty good last time then. I did like the right route last time. Can rogues lockpick that door? Can rogues just go straight through? When do you think 8.2 will drop? Ooh, good question. I've gone the wrong way. Have I gone the wrong way? I need to do opera. Can I just jump down here? Probably not. Oh, I'm in trouble. Hang on. Well then, awkward. I'm gonna get into Arcane and try to run the right way this time. Give that a go. Yeah, so 8.2, we don't know. I can only guess. If we're seeing any PTR this week, and there is going to be a big new raid tier, but they said the raid tier is actually going to be like a couple of weeks into the patch for once. It's not going to be like a super big delay. So we're going to get Crystal Storms, do that for a while. I'd say the patch is probably going to drop like late May, mid to late May, like one of these 3 Tuesdays. 14th through the 28th. I think this is probably a little early, like that's a month from now. It's probably going to be a little longer than that because this is a huge patch. But it's also fairly far along in development from what I saw. I didn't see any in Ashitar yet, but I think it's good ways along. Put a pick in Discord, PTR dropped. Sick. I will I'll have to get into that today. Less than 77 day cycles. I think the 77 days, like, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I think that's more of them just, like, acknowledging a meme and, like, acknowledging the rumor. I don't think that's them confirming the rumor is absolute truth. I think patch cycles take as long as patch cycles are going to take. Like, they have goals, sure. And maybe the 77 days is, like, a great goal. But if it's not ready, they're not going to push it out early. And if it's, like, ready early, but they don't feel like the pacing's right, they're going to put it out when they feel the best time is to do it, rather than, like, a specific set amount of days. I think, anyway. I don't know. I need to be careful. I think it's just the pennies from heaven. I think that hurts really bad. I remember that wiping me doing this dungeon last expansion. Maybe I should do, maybe I should just do Throne of Thunder, like, in general. It's not, this isn't that bad, but it is only, like, the 4 characters. I guess we'll see how quick I get this down to. Once, we'll see how quick I get this down to once I've, gotten a little better at it. 7 gig PTR patch? Okay, so you know what that means? Is it means I'm gonna finish the stream, let it start downloading, and I'm gonna go take a nap. I could use a extra hour to cuddle with my cat. That'll be good. Anything new in Noble Garden this year? Ooh, good question. There is actually, I know this one. Pick me. I know that there is a Noble Gardener's Hearthstone. So there's a new cosmetic Hearthstone coming in. There's a new cosmetic Hearthstone coming in Noble Garden in 20 whatever year it is right now. And there may be other stuff. I don't believe the major holiday updates are going to be in place until Brewfest. Actually, that's a good question. When's Brewfest? That's late, right? Can I search? Is there a search feature on this calendar? There should be a search feature on this calendar. What the heck is Brewfest? Harvest Festival. Alright, Brewfest is probably way too late. But that's the next holiday that they were advertising as having major upgrades. Gotta caught you live. How are you, Sepchain Z? I'm doing pretty good. I'm having one of those sleepy mornings where I'm kind of useless, and that's okay. We just hanging out. There goes the word maker again. Hudson Hawk. I don't know what that is. September? Okay, yeah. We're getting the patch before then. We better. We better. Children's Week? Children's Week does I guess, yeah, Children's Week does have new content. I didn't really think of that. It's like the new quest line, though. I don't think they're... Actually, I don't know, because I know there's... Alright, let me clarify what I do and don't know. I do know that there is a new quest line with new orphans. There's a Kulturan and a Zandalari orphan for Children's Week, where you'll have a choice of earning 4 new pets. And I do know that there is a major update to Brewfest. I don't know how those two updates compare against each other in terms of scope, I think is what's tripping me up right now. It's a brilliantly horrible, terrible with Bruce Willis. How many mounts are left? I've witnessed you get a lot of them now, and inspired me to finally run Dragon Soul. So I have, after this boss, I'll pull out my Simple Armory. There's not that, like... There's a lot of mounts I don't have in the game, but in terms of mounts that drop out of dungeons and raids that I can... You know, dungeons and raids that are accessible to me, we're kind of sort of starting to run out. I don't have Memoron's head, so that is always an option. I guess I'm saving that for, like, after I run out of other stuff to do. I don't have either of the Throne of Thunder mounts, so we can do a bunch of that. I'm just going to pop them. Lust, if I can find my Lust button. I am one of those. There it is. So Throne of Thunder. This one. Mim's head. And then outside of that, I'm kind of out until you get to, like, WoD mounts. But there's stuff that I need from Argus still, so I could, like, use characters to go run Argus rares over and over again. I could do, like, fishing. I still don't have the Argus fishing mount. I could do world boss, not world boss, world drop mount farming. BFA world drop mount farming. I feel like I'm about to break it down. I don't have any of those, and that's something that I could easily farm on a mount run stream. So there are options, but for like actual raid drop mounts, I do have a good amount of them. Just from doing mount run streams, and then I used to farm mounts before I streamed it too. Bunny ball ball is something we say to my parents' dog all the time. Bunny ball ball. I do have the 300 toys mount. That's actually my preferred herbalism mount. I like to be a hipster because everybody else is using the Sky Golem, and the lumber extractor is just like a slightly different color. So I like to be. It's the same reason why I use the red butt water strider. I just like to be a little different. I'm annoying like that. And then actually something I did get recently is I actually just got the 400 toy pet. I forgot to tell you guys about it. I was gonna save it for stream because I knew which toy I needed to learn to pop it. But then I knew I wasn't going to stream for a bit because I was about to go on my trip, and I was like, you know what? I just want my puppy. So I got myself the Brutus. This is for 400 unique toys in your account. He is a mechanical dog. He's got like a little tail on a... what do you call that thing? A lever. He's got a lever tail. He's great. Brutus is great. Alright, so now we turn around and go back to the beginning. What are the plays they use in Legion Kara? So there's Wicket, Westfall Story, and Beautiful Beast. Wicket is like Wicked. If you've ever seen or read the musical, it's amazing. It's from that, and then obviously you've got the West Side Story and the Beauty and the Beast thing. What's the cam on the right for? So you can see the doggy. It is a little zoomed out right now. I will give you that. I'm gonna invis. It's a dog cam. Sometimes it's a fish cam. Originally it was a cat cam, but cat sleeps where cat's gonna sleep these days. And it's not usually on a thing. Almost as cute as the Alarmo dog. I'm glad that they made more than just the one like dog robot. This is great. Metronome tail? It is kind of a metronome tail, that's right. That's true. Yeah. Back we go. Reminds me of K9 from Doctor Who. How do you get that many toys? Only have 31. I'm definitely missing a lot. There's definitely a lot of people that have a lot more than me. 545 is the apparent cap, although maybe you can get more. I farmed a bunch of, like, Mop and Warlords rare drops. Like, starting in Mop, they added a bunch of toys onto rares, like a bunch of them, and same thing with Warlords. So I just kind of camped those rares until they dropped me the toys that they had. And that was, like, a lot of them. And then ever since Legion, they've just started, like, sticking toys everywhere. So they just kind of happen if you play enough. So back this way. And this way. This is a pretty long mount run. I should time it sometime. It's probably no, it's probably not close. Like, Throne of Thunder is a good, like, 20 minutes when you count how long it takes you to actually get there. And then, you gotta actually get there, and then you have to get all the way to Jikun. I'm really hoping that once I start to farm Throne of Thunder that the Jikun mount drops first, so that subsequent runs can just be Horadon. Because Horadon's not so bad to get to, but Jikun's really annoying. There's just, like, a lot of garbage that you gotta get through first. Okay, so I need to clear this trash first. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to kill each one of these mobs, like a whole mob. Because if I try and AWOL this down, it's gonna be really gross. Hazel, how are you today, Sub Sneaker? I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad I have my raid guides out, and I'm glad that I'm happy with my raid guides. I was missing some footage, but I feel like if I reach the end of making a raid guide and I feel like I'm ready to do the fight, and I feel like I put enough of that into the video so that somebody watching it can feel ready to do the fight, that's my marker. That's all I want. Or that's all I can reasonably expect to do anyways. So, I'm pretty happy with them. I should allow leashes to let you walk multiple dog pets. Oh, that'd be a good idea. Like, we do have leashes, and it's kind of funny because you can put a leash in anything, including the children. But, yeah, being able to have multiple pets out at once. Although, I can see that getting, like, a little messy. And I'm gonna have to... This is a lot. I think I want to not mass pull these, especially because the stable hands do heal. So if I try and do too many all at once, I'm gonna end up with a situation, like a... What do you call it? Shrine of the Storm situation. Megara? Yeah, no. Megara is... It's gonna be better now that I know where the bells are that you have to ring. Because I spent a little bit of time in my first run just like wandering around looking for that. Because I didn't really raid that tier. But it's still like a lot to do. There's a magical fight happening. The Coast Guard walks by like all quiet. He's doing his best. Maybe he knows and he just knows that nobody pays him enough to care. Put a leash on Una, which for some reason amuses me. You can... It's the same thing with like the Argent Tournament Squire pets. We have like laser pointer toys. You can shine a laser pointer on the ground. And maybe this is accurate for actual children too, I don't know. You can shine a laser pointer on the ground and they'll just chase it like a cat. I don't think that I can kill the boss with the ads easily. I am item level 316. I am a squishy mage. My item level like 375 or 380 something druid had a hard time with it with the ads. So I'm gonna play it safe and kill the ads first. Especially because I'm getting to like half health just doing like one trash back at a time. So I think if I pulled the boss with it, I would definitely wipe. YouTube formatting, I got you, Drift. You can put the children pets in the chain leash too. Oh man. I think it would be... I'm just waiting for the day when they, like, disallow that. Like, they go back in and make that not possible. And then the general forum is going to be like, why won't you let us leash our children anymore? They had, like, this whole thing when they changed the whistle sound. Where they were upset that the whistle sounded different. And people were, like, really worked up about it. First time I saw this dungeon, I got the mount. Hope you get it. I could use some of that luck, so we're going for attempt number 3. I cannot lust yet, but that's okay. Oh, I forgot some trash. Oh boy, alright. Invis. Abort. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, so we don't have the boss now, so that's something. But I still think that I'm super dead, so... yeah, there's no way. Yeah, no. One trash pack at a time. Confirmed. Now I gotta run back. I forgot there was trash on the other side of it. That's my bad. It was a flirt whistle. People doing catcalling. Yeah, it used to be like more of a catcall whistle. And then they changed it to be more of like an animal whistle. And I don't even think it was that political because, you know, with Captain Crackers, like the pet, which was added around that time. Let's see. Captain Crackers. Or what is he called? Crackers? Maybe it's just Crackers. Oh, there is a Captain Crackers. Oh, pardon me. It's Captain Crackers. I was typing too much of it out. So you summon that. And if you target him and you whistle at him, he will sit on your shoulder, which is awesome, by the way. But if you, like... it's kind of goofy if you have to catcall your parrot to get him to go sit on your shoulder, right? So I totally get why they changed it. But no, we're infringing on people's rights to whistle differently, I guess. Go down. The late slow fall. That's like a classic move of mine. I land, take the damage, then press slow fall, or like levitate, or whatever it happens to be. I just got invincible. Grants, Gavin. Mages don't have feigned death. Sometimes invis works, and sometimes it doesn't. I find it insane that people get angry over such little things. Being angry is exhausting. I don't really get it, but I understand that there's more worldviews than just mine, and there's more ways to live life than just mine, I guess. And I don't think that my way is perfect either. Like, I don't really get angry. But I never get angry. I get sad, and that's not necessarily better. I am more likely to blame myself for something or just try to find a way around it than to raise any kind of conflict. And while in places like video games where it A, doesn't matter, and B, there's not much you can do anyways, that works great. In a lot of areas in life, being so conflict averse is a real problem. I don't think I have the best way of doing things, but... I also don't understand getting angry about things that I don't find important, but that doesn't mean they're not important to other people. I don't know. Life's hard. Captain Crackers, the Pirate Week Bird, and Pepe all on you all at the same time. This is the first time I've actually whistled at Captain Crackers. So I'm just finding out now that he, like, stays on your shoulder. Now I kind of want to have an outlaw rogue. Now I kind of want to have a full pirate mode character because, like, dang, this is cool. I never really did the Pepe thing, and I couldn't really tell you why either. I don't have a problem with Pepe, but, like, I just kind of skipped that whole thing. Can I, like, sneak around to the other side? Will I pull him if I walk in here? I don't want to risk it. I want to see if I can get around the other way. Jared, thanks for the super chat. You're eating through your mana, read my messages? This is how I play Arcane Mage. It's fine. I like it. I'm having fun. Usually it's not a problem. Like, if I'm world questing in BFA, it's great because I don't run out of mana until the poll's over, and then I can just either advocate or sit and drink for a second, and then I'm good. It's a very fast way to kill things. I kill things a lot faster on my mage than I do even on my priest, even though she's like 100 item levels up. Ezra, thanks for the super chat. Hazel, I think we're using your streamer luck. I just got the Solar Spirehawk from Rookmark. Congratulations. That's a nice one. You can pull out another pet when he's on your shoulder. Dang. Ooh, so if I can do that, hang on. I'm gonna finish this pull, and then I want my Greenwing Macaw. Gotta head out. Hope the stream goes well. See you later, Jared. Okay, I'm gonna look for Jamie's message. I didn't like the change because I'm a grumpy old man, but it's fine because I see it as more of a pet call thing now. It would have been fine if they could have found a way to have both sound effects. Like, I just don't know what they would call the other one. You could, like, I guess you can't really put it into flirt, can you? Can't pick the door to the Grand Ballroom on my rogue. Good to know. Enjoy your videos. Thanks, Choco Milk Whiz. Where's Jamie's message? Arcane Explosion, 3 or 4, and then clear with Arcane Barrage. Oh, yeah. It's so slow though. Like if I can just like stay, if I can just like with Arcane Explosion, sure, that makes sense because you're not doing more for having more charges necessarily. But with Arcane Blast, you know, it's more damage if I can just use all my mana. I can get it back later. That is, so far, the best use of the Hazel Epa mode I've ever seen. Let's see here. The Pepe thing? I mean, just Pepe in general. Like, I'm sure I unlocked it, but I didn't, like, do all the achievements or anything for it. And I don't have any Pepe plush. You do, you. You were good. I get how it would be upsetting, though. Like, if somebody was playing a Shadow Priest and all they were doing was just mind blasting and mind flaying and they never put up a dot, or if they only put up dots and they, like, never used Void Form, I would be like, I would have a hard time watching it. But, you know, if you're just an alt and you're just, like, clearing an old dungeon, you know, do whatever the heck you want. Live your life. Press whatever buttons are fun for you. You know? It doesn't matter. If you're raiding, then sure, yeah. If other people are depending on you, go read yourself a class guide. Cat call emote or a slash wolf whistle. I don't know why they don't do Mage Tower events like every expansion. That was a big thing that people were talking about at the summit. Was everybody was like, wow, Mage Towers were great, why don't you do that more? Because, like, you know, when something's really good like that, we obviously want more of it, want it every time. And I think the answer is they'll do it when it makes sense. But I mean, that's their answer for a lot of things. And it's a hard answer to hear because we just, you know, we don't really have a frame of reference for, well, what does that mean, you know? What do you mean when it makes sense? Just give me the fun thing. But I also think that if you did it like every patch or every expansion, it might get worn out a little bit. I think it's a little bit more special as a not so often thing. That's just me. Especially because, like, when we got Mage Towers, a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people were doing it on, like, every spec. Like, because there was enough time to work on it and because it was going away forever. And the fact that it was going away was very specific to the charm of the Mage Tower. The fact that it is no longer available now was important to how appealing it was. People were doing it and felt the need to do it. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to lust on this. No way I'm doing this in anything less than a 120. So if you did that every expansion or even more often than that, you're gonna burn people out that are trying to do it on everything. I don't think I managed to do any Mage Tower stuff. That was me with, you know what I did that with is the Mop Legendary Cloak. I played through all of Mists of Pandaria. Heaven knows what I was doing because I did not get a Legendary Cloak. I just never did it. I played the whole time. I knew it existed. I just didn't think I really needed it. And I never felt like I really wanted to do the quest line. I thought they looked really cool. And I felt bad about it later because I really liked the visuals of them. But I never got a Legendary Cloak. I barely raided. I only raided at like the end of that expansion. I didn't really PvP. All I did was level alts and collect pets. That was it. I spent all of MoP just like farming and leveling alts. I leveled so many alts during MoP. A bunch of them I don't even have anymore. I deleted a whole bunch of them. Okay. We are going to Arcane Power Bloodlust. Put a slow up on him. I know that's not the correct way to use Presence of Mind, but that's okay. I'm going to get out of the way of that. I think I did that anyways, but... So I can spend all my mana, and then I can advocate and get more of it. Get my barrier back up. And full mana pool. It's fine for one fight. Okay. Attempt number 3 or 4? Just gold. Okay, so this isn't my favorite mount run. It's a little annoying, especially on like an under-geared character like this. It's not not that bad. Throne of Thunder might be faster. I have actually, on this character, I have her Hearthstone set to the place. So I'm going to go see if that's any better. That goes so cute. I'm going to try and zoom in his camera a little bit, actually, because I was zoomed really far out because he hadn't committed to a bed yet, but now he's, like, in one. How's that? Is that better? Yeah, it's better. Okay, so I'm Isle of Thunder. Is this as close as I can get as, like, a Hearthstone point? And because I still have to run over that way, right? Slowly unlocking Pepe when I'm bored doing other things. When we ran in Dungeon on Friday, I remember you saying you eat through your mana quick, just trying to be helpful because I never run out. I probably did say that. I always appreciate advice. Yeah, I specifically don't do instances on my Arcane Mage. I only do her in outdoor content and I guess mount farms. Because, like, as soon as I use... Like, I'm having a great time just mashing 4-charge Arcane Blast. And as soon as I, like, run out of mana and don't have Evocate, all of a sudden I'm not having fun anymore. Like, as soon as I have to start slow casting Arcane Blast, I'm, like, over it. So I just do content where it never comes to that. Bimkin or Feral Druid? I like the playstyle of Bimkin more, but Feral looks cooler. So it depends on how cool your Feral form looks. If you're a Zandalar Druid, absolutely Feral. I thought the Mage Tower was good until I realized I never use any of the weapons. Oh, I never do either. I absolutely never do either. I just like knowing that I could. There was a Legendary Cloak and Mop. Completely skipped that one. Yeah, it was kind of like the Legion Legendary Ring sort of situation. Where... What difficulty do I need to do this on? Do normal 25. Maybe I do normal 10 actually. It's gonna be the same drop chance, right? Is that true? I don't know. Maybe it needs to be 25. I don't know. I don't know. I just want chances at Horadon and Jikun. No. Here, at least for this, you have Legacy. Hang on. Okay, yeah, it's over here. Legacy loot. Didn't know about the Legendary Cloak till it was too late. Yeah, I don't have that excuse. I knew, I just didn't do it. Sleepy Doggo. Tea do we have today? This was, I mean, it's gone now, but it was a peach black tea. Slow and steady wins the race when you're a squishy mage. Back in BC, my joke was that I died so many times. The spirit healer asked if I'd like to make this in my home. You were just besties with Bwansamdi, or you would have been, had Bwansamdi been around at that time. So these guys, I don't think they hurt that bad. I think I can just... Now, you are absolutely right. Like, when I'm A-wing stuff down like this, I would want to... The better way to do it is to just get 4 charges and then Arcane Barrage, because that's just straight up more damage. And that doesn't slow down my casting. It doesn't, like, slow down my parade at all. So I should definitely work harder doing that. Hazel, never do this dungeon again. I mean, the thing about that one is that it's a daily lockout. So the thing that would make sense is I don't think I should do it on an under-geared character. I think I should, instead of doing all of my characters once a week, that one would be better to do just like on one character once a day. And it kind of adds up to the same amount, right? The problem is that I'm not going to stream for like 5 minutes a day. I feel like that would just upset people and myself. And plus I'd have to like, you know, brush my hair or put on makeup or something. Good raids for Leather Mog? Ooh. I don't know, man. All of my Leather Mog is PvP Mog. You want some good Leather Mog? Get yourself some Resto Druid or PvP sets. That's all I got. I don't know. Bit of a fight to get them out. I won't run stuff that doesn't drop loot. Too discouraging. That's another thing, is if I give that, that's another option actually, is if we just like chill until the next expansion, because I really doubt that Mount Run streams are going anywhere. That's an easy Mount Run for me to do next expansion after Legacy Loot. It'll be a lot faster to run. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is not fun. This is the problem with Throne of Thunder. You're right. Horadon is after this section. For some reason in my head, Horadon was before this. He's not. I'm gonna have to do this regardless. Ugh. Ugh. Need the mop cloak to jump across the bridge? Yeah, I just don't go across that bridge. The, like, one time I did it, I used some kind of a toy to, like, jump really high. And I thought you could maybe get up there with the albatross. Maybe not. Which X-Fact do you feel had the best looking transmog? Ooh. Warlords. WoD transmog was bomb. There were so many cool, well-themed, interesting-looking sets in Warlords. The barracks, or the... What was that garrison building? There's a garrison building that had sets. I really liked those sets. Like the Thunderlord stuff, and then the, I liked the raid sets from Warlords a lot. Like, if I just look at priest stuff, and I'm looking at well, I guess I'm on a mage right now. So let's just look at the Warlord sets for mage. Warlords. So, not that stuff, but, like, that's Hellfire Citadel. Like, that is a mage to me. You've got, like, a nice silhouette that says mage without being, like, super over the top. The colors are really nice. The detail's good, but it's not overwhelming. That set's neat if you're into that kind of thing. And then, the Karabor stuff. This is the Blackrock Foundry stuff. I love the floating helmet thing that they started to do. They did more of that in Legion, but... And I guess they may have done some of it before that, but I love that because then your hair is not affected. That's the Warlord Season 1 set, and then you're into mop stuff. But I love the Warlord sets. Favorite priest here? Hard to pick. The one with... And I don't even have the whole thing. The one... It was like a mythic Warlord set that had the bird shoulders. That's a really good one. Oh, is Kara weekly? The raid is weekly. The dungeon is not. This may be, if I decide to farm Kara, that's maybe a good reason actually to not do Kara on the mount run stream, is because people are just generally speaking, if you're not familiar, if you haven't been like following along all of the mount run streams, it's going to be really confusing what mount I'm looking for, and it may appear that I'm going the wrong way because there's 3 mounts from Karazhan, and they're all from vastly different things, and I only need one of them. Record the gameplay so you can add the footage. Yeah, but there won't be like a reaction shot if it drops because I'm not... I don't want to turn on a camera and just leave it on when I'm just playing by myself. I guess I should. I shouldn't complain too much, but like, that just feels so silly. I don't know. He did not drop his mount. He did drop some transmog for me, so that's nice. I got a Maelstrom staff. That looks like a really cool Tauren staff, actually. I know it's like from a troll raid, but the wood on it looks kind of Tauren-y to me. Okay, and then we head this way. I'd say Kata? Kata had some good sets. Legion for me. Legion also. Did I wear a lot of stuff in Legion? I don't remember the Legion sets. I remember more of the BFA stuff, honestly. I know that they didn't do tier sets, but I actually really do like the sets they did do in BFA so far. I love the new, yeah, the Darkshore Alliance cloth set. The Darkshore Horde stuff is also cool, but in a very different way. Because they're so faction split like that. And I like the way they did that theming. Like, I like the way that if I'm in Darkshore and I'm wearing that set as an Alliance player, I feel like I'm fighting for the Night Elves. And vice versa for the Horde. Oh, the Mythic Dungeon is weekly? Ugh. You're right, it is Mythic, isn't it? I was using heroic rules in my head. Oh, no. Oh, it's gonna take me so long. Alright, next expansion. We'll do that one next expansion. We'll just do Throne of Thunder or, like, World Boss somethings on mount runs or something. I don't know. Did you not get the mount? I saw something go in your bag. I did not. It showed me my spawn of Horde on 4 attempts. It would show me achieved after X if I had actually looted it. I did get an achievement because it was the first time I'd done that boss in this character. And I also got some transmog, but I definitely did not get the mount. Thinking about making a pre, should I pick Holy or Dis for a healing spec? According to literally all of my friends, you should go disc. Everybody that I know likes disc a lot better. I like Holy because I think it's pretty and it just makes a lot of sense to me, but everybody says disc is super fun, so you should probably try it out. Give it a go. The Priest WoD set with the Veil helmet. I like that one. I like the Priest WoD set with the Veil helmet. I used to use that a lot because it was such a big helmet that it was very visible on my Gnome Priest. What is it? Spoils of the Thunder King. Oh, I got 30 gold. Woohoo! I forgot that Horde is even a playable faction. I do that sometimes, actually. I was telling somebody about the service medal mount. And I was telling them how they should totally grind some service medals for the Tiger mount. And like a week later, it occurred to me, I don't know if they play Alliance. I think they do. But, you know, if they're a Horde player, that's just super awkward. Me just sitting there telling you that you can grind a Priestess's Moonsayer. Because if they're Horde, you kind of can't. What is that add-on? Rarity is what's tracking my mount drops for me. Rarity. I got the mount, that mount first time going into that place out of curiosity. Did you hit the gym lately? You look more buff. I hit the wearing a big sweater. No, I haven't hit the gym. What race do you recommend as a priest mage on Horde? Racial-wise, I have no idea, especially since the addition of the new ones. I don't know what's good anymore. In my opinion, the differences are so close that you want to play what looks neat to you. If you don't like the animations of something, you're not going to be happy with it, even if it has, like, great racials. And racials change, you know, they get balanced every now and then, so just play whatever looks cool to you. I think Clothies on Horde look great as undead, Zandalari trolls. Those are my favorite Horde Clothy races. But that's just me. Maybe you like something different. Pretty new to WoW. What should I prioritize? That's a tricky question. There's a lot of options. If you're new, I would say exploring and trying a little bit of everything to see like what's fun for you. Like maybe you'll get like a pet or a mount to drop and you'll be like, dang, I need more of that. Maybe you'll get into a group and do a dungeon and like really like that feeling of like the teamwork and learning fights and stuff like that. Maybe you'll try some PvP and you'll be super into that. So I would just take it at your own pace. Chill, you know, take it easy. Do what's fun for you and try a little bit of everything. Don't write off anything early. But yeah, people have such vastly different priorities and none of them are like correct. I would say that getting leveled and getting gear is pretty universal. That will help you out for everything. So if you just need a goal, getting to level 120 and then getting your item level up, like I'd say if you can get to like 375, 380, and you can do that just by world questing over time, you'll, that's a good place to start. Inspired to do Kara runs for midnight? Do you like the Spirit jerseys? Big and comfy. Spirit jerseys. What is a Spirit jersey? This prevents damage, it's a step ahead. Yeah. It just doesn't feel like healing to me because it's preventing damage, which is objectively better. I used to heal Holy through Wrath, but afraid to even try healing. People are so nasty to healers. This is true. This is true. People are occasionally, not always, but occasionally, not nice. And tanks get a lot of it too. I think the only reason DPS get a pass, and it's not an all the time pass, but as a DPS, you are less individually responsible for the welfare of a run. It's like not, unless you're really just going wild, you're not really going to ruin the whole thing if you're not playing optimally, but it's very easy to blame a tank or a healer. I always try to remember to compliment any healers in parties. They do a good job keeping us all up. They are good healers are such a blessing to the universe. Nastier to tanks. People give everybody a hard time, but healers and tanks specifically. I don't want to say one's worse than the other. With a tank, it's more responsibility because people expect their tanks to know everything. As a tank, you're expected to not only know how to tank correctly, but also to play, like, also to know every pull in the dungeon, know where to pull them, know what you can skip, know how to make everybody else skip stuff that you can skip. All the boss mechanics, you are expected to be, like, the prime leader of the whole experience. And if you're new to the dungeon, you just know how to tank, but maybe you've never been there before, people are not going to be kind to that. They're like big, comfy, light weather sweaters. Disney sells cute ones in the parks. I'm gonna have to Google that because I don't have any concept right now of what that looks like. It sounds nice. This is just like a big fleece, granddad style zippy Alliance thing. And I say Alliance. It's got like an Alliance lion on it over here. But Blizzard just slapped an Alliance logo on a regular fleece thing. It's not that special. It's nice though. It's comfy. Disc requires more APM, not for relaxing. What don't you like about Mimron's head? I think that's where you should farm next. I've never really liked the aesthetic of like the mount or really the raid that much. I know it's like the fan favorite raid of all time. Did I ring the bell? I don't think I did. I think I killed the mob and didn't ring the bell. I know it's everybody's favorite raid, but I didn't raid back then. And the whole place is just like a little big, and I don't know. I don't really feel the need to ride around in a goblin head. I'll do it eventually. I'm just not. I think the big thing is because I didn't raid back then, I never really experienced the culture of seeing people that had it and being jealous or like really wanting it. It's just kind of a mount to me now. Carolyn Rose, thank you for the super chat. What did you think of Game of Thrones? So, without spoiling anything, so just if anybody, I won't say any spoilers because you may not have seen it yet, but new Game of Thrones episode's out. Loved it. Really well done. Happy with how they're doing the pacing. I think I'm able to really just sort of sit back and enjoy it because I've kind of written off the show story as like a very separate thing from the book story in my head because I'm still waiting for the books to be finished and I'm losing hope that they ever will be. But there's one more, right? Yeah, there's 3. But I can just kind of like, I'm not that invested in the show, I guess. Like, I like looking at it and I like sort of sitting back and enjoying the spectacle of it. But I'm not going to lose my mind if a character that I like or don't like dies or doesn't die or like whatever. I'm just kind of along for the ride. But it's been a great ride for the first episode. I'm excited for to see where they're going with it. There's one more. I think I need to go back up. Would you use a weighted blanket? They seem creepy. I might actually. I usually in the summer, because in the winter I just have a lot of blankets and they're just heavy and that's just how life works. Man, this place is so dark. Where is the third one? Is it up here? Yeah, it is. I'll get better. I've only done this like once. I'll get better at it. But yeah, in the winter I just have a lot of blankets and some of them are like wool blankets that like my grandfather knit. So they've got a good amount of weight to them and that's great. But in the summer it's too hot for that and you just have a comforter or sometimes even just a sheet and I do miss the weight when it's gone. I don't know if you can get weighted blankets that are also not that warm. Maybe that might be a weird experience. That might just feel like pressure. Just want to press the red button. Old War was super fun to rate at level. There's like I believe it. It takes a special thing to make so many people love it so universally. I just missed it. Enough times. Don't parallel the show with the book anymore. I used to pick over the show with a fine-tooth comb looking for any kind of hints or details that might tip me off as to where the books were going. But I fully believe they're just their own separate thing now. They're very far off the track. Did I kill the thing and not ring the gong? Ugh. That sounds like me. You keep leaving the bell. Yeah, I know. True. I'll get better at this. Although I say that, I ran... How many times did we do Zilgarub and I still got like kicked down the hill by the troll rolling the boulders? Martin said the TV show would need like 5 more seasons to portray the rest of the story. That concerns me because I don't think... If he needs 5 more seasons to portray whatever's left of his story, he's not going to finish his story. He's just not going to finish it. There's just too much left. He's gotten himself in too deep. He's opened up too many threads. And criticize the show all you want. They did a great job of chopping off some threads and being like, okay, this person's story is over. This is how this story ends. This is how this story ends. And they like narrowed it down. And that is something that George direly needs to do. But he can't let go of it. I get it. I totally get it. You know, it's your life's work. You want to make sure that you are absolutely satisfied with how you wrap up everything. But it's led him to have this bloated story with all of these narratives that he's lost, in my opinion, and I don't know anything. Obviously, he's George. He can do whatever the heck he wants, but I think he's lost sense of which narratives are going to be impactful, and I don't see the big picture. I don't know how it ends, so maybe I'm wrong. But I think he's spending a lot of time on narratives that he likes for their own sake without considering how they may or may not be relevant to the final story that he's trying to tell. Not into Game of Thrones at all, but here he releases books astronomically slow. The frustrating thing is he didn't used to. So, like, the first one came out in, like, 90-something, like, when I was a tiny baby. Long time ago. Possibly before me. And for a while, they came out pretty often. It was right, like, the wait between, like, so Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, and Storm of Swords came out in pretty reasonable succession. I don't remember the exact gap because I didn't read them back then, but not unreasonable. And then, no, I'm getting confused. Dance with Dragons and the one before that were split. Like, they were originally one mega novel, and he had to split them into two, and that's where things really started getting out of hand. They started taking a lot longer to come out, and the books got a lot bigger and vaster in scope. And now, ever since then, like, Dance of Dragons came out in 2012, and that's now 7 years ago. And we've still been waiting for The Winds of Winter, which he's been, like, working on for the last 7 years. And that's not even going to be, like, in the current setup, that's supposed to be the second to last book. It's supposed to be Winds of Winter and then Dream of Spring, but I think that dream is gone. But I think even getting a Dream of Spring is going to be real rough. I don't believe it. Perfection is the enemy of the great. I'm not gonna, I mean, not that he would listen if he knew, but nobody can tell George how to live his life. But there, in my opinion, you've got to find a balance. Like, there are times when you really should give in to that voice in your head that's telling you to be extra and telling you to do everything and telling you to give it everything. That's the voice that makes what you do uniquely yours and what makes it, you know, amazing. But if you do nothing but give into that voice, you will never get anything done. And that's not better. You gotta find a balance between making it great and making it done. And it's hard. I think everybody struggles with that. Hazel, what you running today? Sup, Alec? We tried a little bit of Legion Kara. That was fun. I ran Atumen 3 or 4 times. Did not get the mount, and I'm trying out Throne of Thunder instead. This is probably just going to be the one run, and then I'm probably going to be done for the day. But I think this might be my mount run. I don't know. This one's annoying too. But there are 2 mounts in here, right? So that's nice. There are 2 mounts, and it's not really that much harder than Kara, per se. So... And the other thing is they're also a higher drop rate. The Horadon mount and the Jikun mount, according to Wowhead and according to Rarity, are a better drop rate than the 1% you would see from something else. So if I just do, in future mount runs, if I just do Throne of Thunder on like 4 characters instead of like 12, I'll still have a somewhat similar chance of getting a mount as I would have in my other things. I watched Night Flyers on... Oh, you watched his Night Flyers show on Sci-Fi. I haven't really engaged with a lot of his other media outside of the universe. I've read his other short stories that are... Like, I've read the Dunk and Egg stuff. You think the book is already done? That's optimistic. I admire that. Hopefully he's enjoying his old age a bit and writing less. I think that's what he's doing, and I can't blame him for it at all. Like, he's made it. He has all the money that he would hopefully ever need for the rest of his life. He's already famous. He can already go to conventions and meet fans and, like, you know, enjoy the fruits of his labor. He's good at this point. So I can see where a lot of the motivation to, you know, put in all of that extra grinding might be a little gone, especially when you're his age, you know. He's done all that. He's been there. He worked really hard for a very long time. And I totally get wanting to just, like, chill and live the rest of your life. It's just unfortunate that he's not done the thing that he's most famous for. Oh boy. I sort of saw that coming, but then I didn't. At least it doesn't put you back super far. I need to be more careful. I'm going to save my blinks for getting by those snails. Hazel, good luck with your runs. Thanks, Happy Miltank. Happy Miltanks. Always preferable to the angry ones that kick my butt whenever I try and fight Whitney. Mostly a sci-fi writer. Do a high tea stream where you just drink tea, eat a cookie, and chat and show the tea steeping. The tea streeping, which is when you drink your tea while doing Meryl Streep impressions. That might be kind of fun sometime. I don't know when. Like, I'm always worried about doing anything too different. Especially because if it's not on my main channel, then nobody will ever find it. It'll be like that weird secret thing I did that nobody went to. But if it is on my main channel, then there's an expectation, especially from people that haven't been to a lot of streams. If they come here and I'm just drinking tea and it doesn't look remotely WoW related. I guess I already do that with baking streams. But even then, I'm usually, not always, but often making like WoW related food. Gastropod shell. I should farm these for the gastropod shell. They have a chance to drop me a toy. Also, if I kill them, they don't kill me, so that's good. I should just kill them instead of trying to run by them. Are you going to play or stream the PTR at all, or do you tend to avoid patch testing to keep it fresh? Although I'd guess your Blizzard trip would mess that up. Yeah. Play testing it at Irvine would definitely spoil things a little bit. Now, I'm totally going to dig into the PTR. I love PTR. I love seeing stuff early. I do, like, if I was not a YouTuber, if I just played WoW for fun recreationally, I do think I would have a more hands-off approach with it. I would probably, like, you know, look at the big news, but for the most part, just kind of wait and see when it comes out is sort of how I used to do things. But I do think I do enjoy the game more knowing. Because I'm the kind of person that, oh no. Whoo, scary. I'm the kind of person that will miss things. Like, I could very easily be like, I don't want to be spoiled and avoid spoilers and just play it when it comes out. But if I do that, I'm not going to play everything because I'm going to not know about a bunch of stuff that exists. So the fact that I'm making guides and doing summaries and highlights and playing the PTR means that at least I know where stuff is. So I can actually do it. And I think to me that's worth more than the surprise of not seeing it for the first time. Plus, I do still get to see it for the first time. I just get to see it a little earlier. And then I feel more prepared. I really like doing raid testing, not because I enjoy the experience of raid testing, but because when the raid actually comes out, I feel more comfortable in the raid, and I have so much more fun raiding when I feel like I understand the fight. Must be a weird feeling to George when thousands of people are like, write your stuff already, you're almost dead. They have a point. He apparently does not care for that, and I don't blame him, because it's like the rudest thing ever. I can't imagine people being like, you should do this because you look like you're gonna die soon. Like, that's super, super insensitive. But the reason why so many people say it is because everybody loves his work so much that they really want to have the rest of it. It's awkward. Could do it on Twitch? I could. I could do a lot of things on Twitch. Am I done here? Am I done? I think I don't need any more of this. I think that's all of Throne of Thunder that I need. Phasmin can get away with watching YouTube videos. You can get away with drinking some tea. I just shot coffee out of my nose. I'm sorry. That sounds painful. Snails are dangerous. I do not have the secret toy. I don't have any multi-boxing advice. I've never done that. Top 3 raids under criteria of their lore and why? Lore. I mean, Battle of Desire lore is number 1 because that's the first raid that actually had lore that I noticed. I've never been a lore person, but BFA is converting me because they're doing such a good job of putting it in the game in places where it feels natural and where I don't mind stopping to smell the roses. Like, I really like that a lot of the lore cutscenes are part of single player questing, so I can do those on my own time. I don't have to be in Discord. I don't have people waiting for me. I can play through them at my own pace, and I can stop and watch things as they come up. So I think they did a really good job of telling the story of this expansion. That's why I like Battle of Desire lore for the lore, because I actually know what's going on and I actually care. Aside from that, There's different raids that I like aesthetically for the setting. Like Emerald Nightmare was awesome. I like that whole aesthetic a lot, but I don't really know what's going on there aside from Tyrande, I need you, you know. It's a me, Malfurion. That's all I remember. I think the quote's gotten a little distorted over time. Yeah. All I got is Zarlar. I did not watch Notre Dame burning. I saw the news, and I didn't read any more of the news because I don't think I can help, and because it's just going to bum me out. Robert Frost had his books continued after his death. I thought that George had said that he wouldn't do that, but I also think he could change his mind. PTR's out to download. Server's not live yet. Perfect. That gives me time to download it, take a nap. Hopefully they put it up later in the day when I'm ready. Love that. 2 rare pets after Jikun. I have all the pets. I'm set for pets out of there. My Furin sounds like Mario. Kitty, that's a microphone. It's going to be loud if you do that. Baby. Hi. She just does this to everything. I'm hoping it's not that loud because I've got like a big pulled shield on it. Hi. Your memory of the Tyrande thing is perfect. Sick. Okay, thank you guys very much for watching my live stream. I'm going back to bed for like a little bit. Stayed up a little late finishing the raid guides, but raid guides are done. There are 2 Crucible of Storms raid guides on my channel. Check those out if you're happening to go into the Crucible of Storms, which is available now on live servers. 2 boss mania raid. Cool loot in there. Cool fights. Good stuff. Guides out. Check them out. Appreciate all you guys so much. Thank you for the new sponsor memberships. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for just being you. And I hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful day.